5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
How can you not want to vibe to that shit?
Hey, I think the caffeine's got the best of me, dude.
What are you feel like you got it? You got the bubblies? What's going on with you, man?
Oh my god, I think I drank too much coffee. I drink that stock cold brew from wherever.
I can't do the cold brew. My best friend can do the cold brew. I cannot do that, dude.
Why?
I shit for days. Because, later on we'll talk about my hemorrhoid getting flushed. Let me tell you, dude, when I tried that the first time, my ass was so fucking clenched up and exploding at the same time. It could have made history. It was the worst fucking feeling I'd ever had in my life. I can't do it.
See, when you think though that the hot coffee, the warmness relaxes the old sphincter, thus making you fucking a little more, because hot coffee destroys me. I mean, the minute I take a sip of it and it hits my stomach, it's fucking time.
That's it. It's time. You're
but the cold brew,
the floodgates.
Yep,
but the
cold brew does nothing.
And that's interesting because I'm drinking the warm coffee now because it relaxes me, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting about warm coffee is that in the morning, it's perfect to take a shit when you've been sleeping and jerking off and, having those wet dreams and you're backed up from everything else that you do, right?
Yeah.
For me, that works. Now, let me tell you, since we're doing this show late, I can tell you this now. I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. like this.
Yeah. Ready to go.
I'm jumping out of the bed. I will jump out of the fucking bed going, I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh shit. I have to shit. That's what's going on with me.
Now you don't
shit the bed where you feel you're dreaming about maybe.
No. Here's what happens to me immediately when I get up, dude. I have to shit. I am regular as a clock when it comes to the first morning dookie. I get up and I'm touching cotton, fucking prairie dogging it while because I have to take my dog out first. He's got to go probably worse than me, and I'll have to clean up. So I take him out, squeezing my ass cheeks together, running around the yard, get him inside, get him fed, and then run to the toilet, immediately sitting, and everything. I love how we're into this 3 minutes, 30 seconds, and shit is already the main topic. All right,
welcome to Us Against Humanity.
Let's get off our bowel movements. Speaking of the name.
Dude. What's up? Welcome, everybody. Tell them about the name, bro. So much to how we got this fucking show going. I mean, the backstory is interesting.
Well, the name, I guess it starts back when there was we'll get to the name. Well, yeah, we'll get to the name, but people are probably wondering, are these just two schmoes with no experience in any of this kind of thing starting a podcast? Yes and no. I mean, you yourself in radio for well over 20 plus years.
Close to 25 years doing commercial radio. San Antonio, Phoenix, Austin, Tampa, Pensacola, DC, and then back here to San Antonio. And what's interesting about throughout the years of working commercial radio in the 90s, which I don't want to sound like the older guy that says this was always the time. The one thing I can say about being a part of the on-air thing in the 90s was that you were very much supposed to be a personality.
Right.
You were supposed to really get complete strangers' attention to a point that they didn't want to change the channel when they heard their favorite Metallica song. You didn't want any of that stuff.
Right.
So being able to develop it over the years really changed. And I think that's why you and I are really going to embrace the podcasting thing so much, because it's basically like we're flashing back to the days of the late 90s on air, except we can say fuck. Like, that's the biggest difference.
Which is amazing. I mean,
what a
just
world
the word
we live
fuck.
in, bro.
I mean, the word fuck is just, I mean, we don't even need to get into that, how wonderful the word fuck is. But anyway, one of those radio stations you and I meet, I have zero experience on the air. I had experience with, editing music, recording music, so being around that kind of thing always. And then I thought to myself, being on the air would be cool. So got into the radio station doing promotions and met you, who was already on air, and you helped me kind of get on the air, showed me the ropes. We kind of bonded. And from that point, always wanted to do something together. And then years go by, each had our own demons, getting over that. I now am, which I'm sure everybody will know, alcohol free. I smoke lots of pot. I'm fucking constantly working out, doing my thing. You can't fucking really tell right now, but maybe you'll be lucky enough one day and I'll take my shirt off during the show. I just don't want to cause massive nationwide wet vaginas and erections quite yet. Okay. We'll save that for later. But anyway, through the years, always kept in contact, our ups and downs, whatever. And then I saw you on this interview, February of this year. Right. And I was like, man, we always talked about doing fucking something. Now this amazing outlet of podcasts it's right at our fingertips to do. Let me give you a shout. I give you a shout. You agree. And then, we take 6 months to kind of go over the odds and ends. And then here we are, us against humanity.
And what an absolutely spectacular name, because, initially you and I, like, we knew we wanted to do something. You are very much, and let me explain this to the people listening and watching, is that you are a total podcast geek. You love that shit. You know shows. You're a fanboy. You love so much. Whereas I'm the complete opposite. I don't listen to any podcasts.
Right.
I don't watch anything on YouTube. I don't do any of that shit.
You're the movie guy.
I watch movies. I watch TV shows. I read shit online.
Right.
And that's what I do. But let me tell you something, man. I think that's what makes it great, because we're the perfect two combination, that we're introducing each other to different things that we typically wouldn't know about.
Yeah.
And we only know it because of who we are as friends. And what's interesting is you were mentioning, I remember when you and I first started talking at the old radio station, and I just kept thinking, this motherfucker might be a maniac. I've got to start doing some shit with this guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And you and I, and at the time, man, remember, this is like early 2000s, where everything was kind of changing, right? Like, you could have a personality,
but it was borderline.
It was like,
right.
What
I remember you telling me that, oh man, it's changing. I mean, would we have ever thought it would be where it was now? No. I mean, nobody knew that with technology and the way you can do this kind of thing. I mean, nobody ever thought this. It totally changed the game. But yeah, back then it was on the borderline. I remember you used to tell me, you got to include certain things. I don't want you talking this long. And really, our gift was gab. I mean, some people would like us to shut the fuck up, but I mean, together.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, remember, the word was brevity. I remember constantly telling you, because of my former program director, that it was always about brevity. You can have personality, but keep it within a certain allotted time.
Yeah.
Flash forward to what we're doing now, where it doesn't fucking matter. Now you just have to make sure to be somewhat entertaining enough that you don't have like the dead air. We don't have songs to go back on if we hit a quote unquote wall, right?
No.
Like back in the day when we did bits or we did shit like that, it's like, all right, this sponsored is by blah, blah. And then you were saved by 30-second reads in songs and talking about very generic bullshit. It's sad in this day and age that there are some individuals, very few, right, that we know, that are doing radio that younger audiences will never truly know what it was like to turn on your radio. Be okay with turning on your radio, right?
Because that's what it was then.
That's all you had. There
Right.
was nothing. You weren't plugging anything into a USB. You weren't doing Bluetooth. You weren't doing any of that shit.
No.
Your entertainment was being able at home or work or car or whatever and vibing out. And if you had someone that you could hear and be like, that motherfucker's crazy. Oh shit. That's the guy. Dude, in the town you and I lived in, how many times were you and I out and about and people were like, oh shit, here comes Tony and Skeet.
Yeah.
Well, I was Sanchez, the Dirty Sanchez.
Right. God, that was a great name,
dude,
man. That they had the Dirty Sanchez. That was great.
You couldn't get away with a lot. The fact that I was able to get away with Skeet.
Yeah.
For fucking long, bro.
Now that whole thing's over, it is now to podcasts. So we decided, let's do this. And we took our time because we wanted to present it in a way, that was professional. I mean, we don't want to sit, on our couches or, with a stage mic and just kind of do it. I mean, this is stuff that we're used to. It kind of puts you in that vibe again. You know what I mean? That we were used to. I mean, just sitting here with you now, it's like we are in the same studio. Yeah. In case some of you dinglings didn't realize that we were not. I mean, I guess it could look like we're staring at each other.
Dude, technically, right? Like we could be, you're across from me in the studio,
right. Yeah.
Except we don't have like a third or fourth, camera or mic or some goofy fucking, producer guy that we're saying, go wear a thong and, jump in a rubber pool with rats. Yeah, no, I mean,
all the wackiness is taken out. It's just us doing our thing, talking about stuff that we enjoy to talk about, like our name. So yeah, it was shits and giggles. In case some of you guys were watching what you thought was the podcast. I mean, come on. It was just us on our phones, just trying to get the people that we already kind of had had with us or in touch with us from Skeet's old podcast, Skeetopia, from his years on the radio, friends, family, whatever, and kind of let them know that we're going to start this. Well, along the way, we found out that it'd kind of be an uphill battle for any monetary gains with the word shit in your name. Now, for me, it kind of was weird. Being 2021, I can identify as a fucking pencil sharpener, but I can't have the word shit in my name. I can also have a cock and walk into a female bathroom now, but God forbid if shit's in the name. But anyway, we'll talk about those kind of rants later. But Skeet, go ahead and tell them, because I don't know much about our buddy Funky Cole Medina.
Oh,
Barry
yeah,
Funk,
Funkenhauser.
But he's the one who kind of gave us, because we want to make that push on Spotify, and everybody does something to gain some kind of money. And eventually it'd be nice to do that. So we wanted to start out not, fighting an uphill battle. So we changed the name. The name's better now. But what was the reasoning behind that, Skeet, that Funk was telling us about?
A quick backstory on Mr. Funkhauser, who throughout the shows that we wind up doing, we'll throw on his goofy ass from Los Angeles. He helped when me and my old partner, Chris Fuentes, here in San Antonio, Texas, where I'm at, we did a show. We started at a couple of S's because Skeet Fuentes, and then we wanted to just simply embrace Skeetopia. We ran into him because a couple of people he worked with at K-Rock in LA were starting podcasts. And this was like early 2013. That's how far Funk and I go back. And he had just started developing so much of this. Well, flash forward now the motherfucker is like producing some huge names in the podcasting world.
Right.
And still remembered me, knew what I was about. I told him about the idea of the show. And I said, okay, it's called the Official Shits and Giggles Podcast. Silence.
Right.
He's like, well, because he's got a high-pitched little fucking woman voice.
That's great.
He's like, look, if you want to make money off this thing, how many corporate sponsors do you know have profanity within their branding? I
mean, which is true.
And I was like, okay, well, I don't see Coca-fucking-Cola. Because that would be different, right?
Right. Oreo fucking cookies.
Cookies, yeah. Pepsi cunt. I mean,
none of that.
You don't have any of it. Those people aren't going to reach out to you to make any money. So that's when it began. And the way he said it, he said, look, have it embrace who you are. Doesn't necessarily need to represent what the show is, but it has to be some sort of brand. And you and I, Jesus, dude, how long was that? Fucking 2-3 weeks. I mean, countless hours.
And really, if you think about it, though, and if you put it in perspective, it really wasn't that long to come up with what I think is a great name, because it does represent us. It's everybody. How crazy humanity is today. I mean, as a whole, you know what I mean? And it seems like there's a lot of people that are against a lot of the shit and just some of the humorous shit. I mean, it just is a great name. It took a while. Some of the other names, I know you have them written down, Skeet. I remember.
I mean, we did everything from Skeetonia to boy, you stupid. Please be 18. Please be gentle.
Oh, God.
I can hit it. Bang, bang. You look like a gangster. Ain't no rat. Here we are now. Entertain us. Have you seen my baseball? Which, by the way, we were absolutely going to fucking use that as a bit.
Hide the salami.
Hide the salami
that was a top runner.
That was you and I wanted the show to be Hide the Salami because we're mature and that shit makes us laugh. And,
I mean, that was
white socks.
Gut Locker. I remember that one.
Remember Gut Locker? We liked Gut Locker.
Yeah. And Two Good Fellas.
Yeah. Hide the Salami and Two Good Fellas were in the running. Hide the Salami was funny, immature, in your face. We questioned how to brand it. Right. And then Two Good Fellas was also, well, we have to think if people are listening or watching the show, are they actually going to stop and be kind of curious? And we just decided no.
Right.
And I remember, dude, it was 4:30 in the fucking morning. And you and I had been talking literally almost 5 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. On and off throughout the day.
I
think that call was over 2 hours, though. That call where we finally figured it out.
Dude, it was. No, I'm serious, bro. It was over 3 fucking hour call.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it was.
As we wrapped up, you looked at that Cards Against Humanity and just fucking spit it out and said, what do you think of Us Against Humanity?
Well, I saw bigger, blacker box, and it looked at me, and I said,
we thought, we'll get canceled if we call
I don't know about that one. And I looked below, and I just saw, and I didn't see the word cards. I just saw Against Humanity. And I went, well, what? I said, Us Against Humanity. And I asked you, and that was it. And fucking we bought the fucking site name that night, which should be up by the time this fucking goes on.
That's right.
UsAgainstHumanity.com. Yeah, baby. Where everything will be.
We were sold. We automatically in our heads came up with the logo. We came up with the marketing for. I mean, dude, you and I in that time.
What's the name? I mean, once the name was done, it seemed like it was just snap, logo done, this done, overlay done, everything's done. And then you talked to Funk after that, and he said you not only came up with a name but a brand. And I was like, okay, I think we're sold. And that's the fucking guy who knows. I mean, can you mention one of the names that he that I don't even know if we should say about the interview, because eventually the show will have we're going to be interviewing people. Okay, Tom Green.
We can say it. So Tom Green is most likely going to be our first major interview.
And if you don't know who Tom Green is, flush your head in the fucking toilet.
That's I mean, come on. Are you special? I mean, how do you not know who Tom Green is? In fact, you talked about him. I'm going to try to pull up something here.
There you go.
To kind of give people an idea. Yeah, I mean, come on. I'm gonna share. Let me share this for you for the fine people that wind up just out of sheer curiosity.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Oh, there you go. There he is.
He's the goofy guy that was married to Drew Barrymore. He does a million. I mean, Freddie got fingered.
He got testicular cancer. I think he has one nut, right? Which he doesn't mind talking about most of the time.
I mean, apparently, right? And this is like his new thing, Tom Green on his Wild New Jersey.
Which is fucking like a whole
awesome,
dude.
It's rad, dude, because I'm really curious about his whole, because he's on the road, right? Like, that's it. Like, he's living off the fat of the land, and in Canada, he left the States, and it's just like it's a whole fucking thing. And I think it's pretty interesting. And number one, dude, out of all the possible interviews we could have gotten on the show, once again, Barry Funkhauser was like, I produced Tom Green's show.
She's
I was
awesome.
like, wait a second. I'm like, are you I'm like, could he be on the show? He's like, he's a friend of mine. Of course he can. I was like, fuck. Okay.
Well, because think about it. In the beginning, we did it. We're going to do this for fun. We're going to make it look good. We're going to make it sound professional. All this, of course we're going to do. But, it was just for you and I to have some fun, do some things, and then little things start happening, funk, other little opportunities that we'll discuss later. Mm-hmm. They start happening. And then next thing you know, he's talking about, maybe getting Tom Green. There's a couple other, people. So the show will be also interviews. Yes. Eventually, maybe some on location stuff. We're working on a few things. We don't want to give anything away yet, but obviously there will be some progression. You know what I mean? We're big on trying to keep it moving forward, not just the same old bland, whatever every time.
Because the one thing with you and I is that's where the combination of me not listening to fucking anything and you listening to fucking everything,
right,
is the perfect combo of trying to figure out, well, how can we be relevant? How can we be different, but at the same time manage to get complete strangers to want to listen to the show, be somewhat entertained, and understand that we're not a bunch of fucking schmoes sitting around jerking each other off just for the sake of it. And
now,
I mean, you might jerk me off, but I mean, I'm not gonna like it.
Damn it, you took my fucking thing. That's great. Now, to us, we might not be schmoes, but we may sound like a bunch of fucking morons right now. Who knows? I mean, we're gonna throw this thing up in the air and see if it fucking sticks. I mean, that's what we're doing.
And I think I'm okay with all of this. And, speaking of the whole, because you don't, and I think the fact that you don't watch movies, you don't watch a lot of documentaries, you don't do a lot of stuff like that.
No. No, wait, now hold on. Now documentaries, I fucking love documentaries. Really? Yeah, I love documentaries. I love shit about people. And if they're big hitters, you know what I mean? Like the Sopranos movie that's coming out. Fucking, I'm watching that, bro. I mean, TV shows like The Breaking Bad, The Sopranos. I still watch The Walking Dead because I invested too much into it. But all of this stuff, I still watch that kind of stuff. But mine, I don't really experiment with trying this or that. My main source of entertainment would be podcasts and shit on YouTube, which is weird to me that you don't, because you've always been somebody kind of on the
cusp of a lot.
Yeah, dude, of shit happening. I figured, you'd be like, oh yeah, I watch this and this, which you watch, I don't want to name any names, but you watch some, you watch a few, Bill Burr.
I'm a huge fan of Bill Burr.
Yeah, we can say that.
I like that. That's the one that I watch because I really enjoy his comedy, and I forget his partner's name. Fleischer, what's his name? Bill Burr.
Oh yeah, Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
He's
pretty funny. And Tom Segura, he's a pretty funny guy.
So you
like
experiment
the Cypress
with
Hill
some of them.
thing, Cypress Hill, the Dr. Green Thumb. There's a couple. I will tell, but look, man, I've been saving this. So the main reason why I don't watch or listen to a lot of podcasts is literally for the same reason when I was on the radio that I did not listen to any. I never wanted people to go, oh, well, he's trying to be like this, or he sounds like that. Because at the very least, look, I am going to be who I am.
Yeah.
And you can either like it or go fuck yourself. It doesn't matter to me, because our own personalities. And number one, you and I have such strong personalities and feelings anyway about shit.
Right.
That it's going to be unique. Yeah. Will you be a little influenced? No, I think it's going to bring it in to, hone in on people that truly embrace podcasting and everything on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side is a guy like me that's bringing different things from shit I read and watch and do that to bring more of a pop culture and music side and the in-between.
Right.
And I'm okay with that. It's
a good mixture. I agree. It's it'll be interesting, to see what happens along the way. But I did wanted to tell everybody that it will be always, a progression. Like, these, my studio, I'm about, in the middle of, looking for a house, so the studio will change, eventually we'll have shows together. you're able to, with your work, travel. So you'll be able to, come here. I'll be able to come there. We can do some in-studio stuff sometimes. Interviews.
Austin, check out some chicks.
On location stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to even say any of the stuff we have planned because if it doesn't come through, then we look like jackasses. But there's stuff in the making.
But we are jackasses.
We are jackasses. Yeah, man. So I'm happy to be here finally after 6 months of bullshit.
So number one, I want to thank my brother for putting together the podcast. I mean, he's a pain in my ass.
The website,
the website. Sorry.
He had nothing to do with
it. Nothing to do. In fact, he was not going to fucking listen at all.
Isn't that great? The closest friends of ours won't listen. That's what's good. Man, I listened. All right, what happened in the? Oh, yeah.
No, on the 20 mark. Tell me what. Okay, that's what
we know this, and we know this is going to be a fucking battle. We're not cracking this and going, yeah, man, we're gonna have all that. Listen, we're trying to fight that fucking uphill battle. We don't give a fuck. We're here to do it, man. We're gonna stick around and have some fun, and hopefully you join us. But yeah, your brother, for one.
For the website, he didn't have to do it. As I told you, he's a pain in my ass. But the fact that he was like, he liked this show name. He liked the fact that this was something that I was finally truly embracing for a while. Because remember, dude, I haven't done Skitopia in years because I just haven't vibed with it. And I didn't want to do the show if I wasn't into it. It was like,
you don't want to force yourself.
I've got a million other fucking things to do with my time. And sitting in a studio and doing that was just not entertaining to me. Right. So when he knew that you really were getting me hyped, he was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Let's try this.
Let's do something.
That's awesome.
Chuck Stanley, my best friend, came up with that badass Us Against Humanity with Tony and Ski fucking overlay.
Yeah.
Goddamn. He's helped out a lot.
And you've known him for years.
Oh, dude. Him and I started radio together. Him and I have known each other over like 30 fucking years, bro.
It's awesome.
I mean, we've just been doing our thing. Shit, you and I have fucking known each other since 2003.
Yes.
Think about that shit for a second, bro.
Yeah, dude. I know. I did the other day, and weird. I was like making a PB&J, and I went, "Wow, man, we fucking know each other." I don't know why it popped in my head. Oh, don't forget this for
that's why.
Do you? Yeah, probably. Do you have in front of you the girl's name? Should we say the website where we had them design the logo?
On Fiverr.
Okay, Fiverr.com. And then, do you remember the girl's username or whatever? Or can you look at, because I want to give her a little bit of props real quick. I mean, for the two people that are watching this right now, if you need a logo done.
If you need a logo, you need to go to this chick's site. Yeah. Where is this?
I mean, we gave her everything, that she needed as far as all the stuff we wanted to use. And then she threw it together fucking exactly what we wanted.
Oh, dude, she was fucking cool. She was so cool. And the fact that you kept getting after me for going, number one, you got after me because I didn't want to tip.
Dude, I don't even want to fucking we are going to start that conversation in a minute. Okay. If there's an option to tip, you fucking tip. The lady was great.
She only wanted, I was already giving her a tip. I gave her extra money. You and I were going back and forth. Look, man, I mean, all right, fine, whatever. I mean,
Skeetberg. What's your fucking name? Skeetstein.
Skeetstein. Oh, yeah.
An equal opportunity offender.
Her name is LK_editor. That is where you can find it. LK
underscore editor.
She is fucking fantastic, man. She is so goddamn cool. And, we did wind up tipping her. Well, Tony was pretty much the guy that had to convince me.
And also Fiverr.com, if you want to be a sponsor of the show, contact us at usagainsthumanity@gmail.com. We don't mind doing that for it because they're not a sponsor right now, but they were awesome. Other people, man, whoever those 100 and however many, which is so lame of a number. We need more followers, but all those people on Instagram.
It was 145 steady, stable people, which is, we appreciate all of you guys that were doing that. What we need you to do is share the show. Subscribe to the show. Keep listening to the show. Share.
Don't let Skeet piss you off.
I might in the DMs. I'm gonna slide into your fucking DMs.
Oh my god! Should we even talk about this right now? I kind of fucking want to. I kind of fucking want to.
We should.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna start the story. Okay. And then you can come in. I wish we would have just went straight to the story. Hopefully everybody stuck around for the fucking babbling we've been doing the last 30 minutes, but we wanted to give you some, some backstory. So anyway, Skeet has a follower from Skitopia and whatever else he's done. gay porn, which is fine if you want to do it. But she was friends with Skeet. And about 95,000 followers and climbing. Okay, following the show. Very attractive lady, too. I want to keep this as respectful as I can, but she's very attractive. We'll get disrespectful later. No fucking names. Well, anyway, you know how we throughout the show, we're bound to piss somebody off. And like I always like to harp on, because Skeet will not, it's never malicious. It's all about the intent. It's always for a laugh, and we'll make fun of everything. Ourselves, probably the most. Well, Skeet puts on a TikTok, and I don't know if you saw it or not, but it was, would you suck a dick or be, what was it? Suck a dick?
Yeah. Would you, no, it was, would you be gay for $1 billion?
Okay, that's right. Hold on. Yeah. Would you be gay for $1 billion? And it's this guy's like, whatever, goes to a room, comes back out in full drag, like falling down and shit, which, I mean, listen, gay doesn't mean you're dressing like a chick. And that was my argument about even posting. When I saw the thing, I was on the shitter and I'm like, Jesus, fuck. I was like, I mean, we're still trying to get people. I know we want to give them the true colors, but it was funny. And it was funny because of that. Because if you're thinking about it, of course you're not gay coming out, but that's how far of a thing he went to because it was $1 billion. Okay. So that's posted. Well, this influencer who was gonna fucking be an interview on the show, and maybe we'd get 2 of her followers, but she contacts Skeet. I don't know, maybe immediately when this thing was posted through your DM, right? Now you can take this, so your personal thing.
So she slid into my personal Skeetopia Instagram DM. And
slide in. She fucking jumped in.
Yeah, she fucking jolted in and was like, look, I just didn't find that very funny at all. And, I wanted to know if, is this your true feeling about it? I was like, it was a joke. Number one, I didn't fucking invent the thing. I didn't come up with the skit. It was a TikTok. She's like, look, the fact that you found it funny just shows your immaturity.
I almost fucking blew fucking soda water. I almost choked. First episode, I almost choked.
My work here is done. So, and I'm like, well, first off, it was hilarious in the fact that you couldn't take that as a joke. That shows a problem that maybe you're just not going to like the rest of the content. The problem lies with you. And then this is prissy girl. This is a prissy little fucking Amazon influencer.
I mean, she's hot
with makeup, and she's got nice titties and that.
She does.
And she says, well, you're a fucking cocksucker.
Oh, so wait, now hold on now. So she ignited you first. You were trying to play the calm, hey, this is a fucking joke. This is what it's about. Maybe you won't like the rest of this, blah, blah, blah. And then fuck you, cocksucker.
Fuck you, you're a cocksucker. And I was like, whoa. I was like, if you're feeling like that, then you're quite the cunt that shouldn't be following the fucking show.
Touche, cunt, cocksucker.
If I'm a cocksucker, she's a cunt.
I mean, that's only natural progression.
Right off the fucking bat, she was like, "You're a fucking motherfucker. I'm blocking you." And she did. She blocked me.
Yeah, but didn't she block you when you said, what'd you say, Little Miss whatever, maybe I'll send this fucking thing to Instagram or whatever. Send it to
because
Amazon.
just before she blocked me, and we were going back on the, very, very mature, by the way. Fuck you. I was like, well, Little Miss Prissy Pants, how about I screenshot this foul mouth of yours, that little fucking whore mouth of yours, and send it to Amazon, and let's see what they think about that. Blocked, deleted. Dude, I didn't fucking screenshot anything.
Taking the high road.
You want to slide into my personal DMs? Run it. I'm a cocksucker and I'm not supposed to. You and I went back and forth because you're like, well, why didn't you? I'm like, fuck this bitch.
I know. Oh, but what's funny about that is I'm on the phone with you while you're telling me this, and I'm getting to work. I have my vehicle parked right in the fucking like front spot to the back entrance of my work, right? Engine's running. I'm on the phone with you. AC's blowing. I'm talking to you. I'm going, man, you can't react like this. And I'm giving you this calm thing, what I'm saying. And then I hear and my car shake. I look next to me. These two drunk chicks were coming. She gets in her car. She hits my fucking truck with her car door, just shuts her door. She knows I'm in the fucking car. The car's fucking started. Okay? She can see that I'm in the car. She just hits the fucking car and then shuts the door. So I get out. I go, hey, excuse me. And she goes, yeah, I hit your thing. There's no damage. And then shuts her door again. And then I'm like, hey, you fucking bitch. I just started going off. Meanwhile, you're still on the phone with me after I'm telling you to calm down. I'm calling this lady a fucking cunt. Her friends
should take the high road. Right. It's amazing to me how that's all it took to say high road.
That much.
Fuck the high road.
But I'm going to tell you this. It wasn't the fact that she hit my truck door. It was the fact that she was trying to just, it didn't make, not even when I got out and I said, hey, what's going on? She said, I hit your car door. I'm so sorry, blah, 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 whatever. There's no damage. She was like, I hit your door. I looked, there's no damage. Started shutting her door anyway. So if I wouldn't have got out of the car, she would have just left. Now, what I would have done if I did that, I hit the car, I would have gotten out and said, excuse me, I'm sorry I hit your car. I wanted to let you know, nothing's wrong, blah, blah, blah. She didn't do that. So it pissed me off that she was trying to fucking, just ignore the fact that she fucking hit my door. But the funny part of it was that I was just like calm telling you, man, listen, you can't do this kind of thing. Man, you're going to have to react different.
Road.
You fucking whore. Why did you hit my fucking
motherfucker?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. I was like, oh, really? Really? So
yeah, you did.
Now that's what, it was just perfect timing because
it was great timing.
We react in certain ways.
Sometimes. It's stupidity, man. I just can't handle it. But
that's why we're against humanity. Humanity is fucking stupid at times, and whether you're going to slide into my fucking DMs
or hit my car door,
mouth, or you're going to hit Tony's fucking car door. How hard is it to apologize?
And you know what? I'm sure along the way, some stuff. For me, man, I don't really think there's anything offensive. That's the thing. It's all, if somebody comes after somebody or their family or something in a malicious way, yeah. But that's not offensive. That's just malicious. That's just being evil.
Yeah.
But if it's fun, if you're, I don't know, I don't even like to say making fun. But I guess making fun because you're making fun of it. Like you're making fun out of it. You know what I mean? It's not meant like fuck you. So it should be laughed at. The minute you start taking this shit fucking serious is when everybody has a fucking problem. And everybody does nowadays. And that's part of the name too. It's like fucking this cancel bullshit. Yes, don't even get me started on that yet. Fucking morons.
Look, and this leads to a final part of this show because this is why this bitch slid into my fucking DMs. It was over a TikTok that I did not create, that I found hilarious, that I know other people found hilarious, but it always is that one individual that you would fucking think that we were the ones that went out and wound up creating all this shit. And it's like, look, man, I don't give a fuck about cancel culture. I think it's just fucking obscene. I think it's wrong. I think so many other people agree with me on this. But when it comes to, to videos or little TikTok is huge. It's a fucking joke.
And it's fucking hilarious.
It's fucking hilarious. Speaking of hilarious, so this is a little thing you and I are going to be doing on the show. This is what you have no idea what I'm going to show you.
Right.
And
I know it's a TikTok.
You know it's a TikTok, right?
But I don't know what it is yet.
You don't know what it is.
So we'll be surprising each other probably weekly, I would say.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to.
Yeah.
Are you ready for it? You ready for our first little TikTok?
You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna do ceremonial. I just hit my fucking camera.
I know. I was gonna say, well,
hey, welcome to the first show. Hey, that's the wrong camera, everybody.
Oh
Jesus, I'm gonna get
why are you wearing purple, later, princess?
Oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. Jesus.
There you go. Was that a purple shirt there? Fucking
it's a purple
Barney?
shirt, dude. Yeah, it's a weed shirt. It's a
weed shirt.
Yeah, Grape Ape. I got it in Colorado. Shout out to Legal, the fucking dispensary there. Okay. Grape Ape is a strain.
Ooh.
And it's a purple shirt.
Purple.
And speaking of that, the reason why I knocked the fucking camera off first episode, you fucking dumbass. I'll hear about that from my fucking friends. The ceremonial one hitter I'm going to hit before you show me these because, well, I mean, it's kind of like toasting for me to the first episode. You know what I'm saying?
You should. You're okay.
I know.
There's no good weed here in Texas, or I would.
Dude. You're just fucking. You don't.
We don't have dispensary that we don't get this like quality. We don't have any of that shit.
I mean, this is CBD,
CB free. I mean, we'll talk about that later on. There he goes. Take the one hit. Take it to the head, baby. To the head. There you go.
For you guys.
I like it. Look, I was gonna. Oh, you gonna hit a bong?
I just was blowing myself.
Jesus Christ.
I like the lick
just like that,
right
folks. That's going to do it for the Vogue Show. Unbelievable. No.
Well, hold on. I do want to say this. We can't forget this because we got to document it. We are going to do a couple edible shows. I say once a month where we eat edibles and then we come on and do a show. Maybe
I still think we ought to do it live. We ought to do an edible live
God.
show. When we do edibles, we do an edible live show.
Or maybe we do edible end of the month. So the last episode at the end of the month, we just do edible end of the month, and we eat an edible.
I like
and we
that.
come on, and God, I'm fucking high already.
You see the progression? You're like, yeah, dude, it was that.
Dude, it hit me like a warm way. It was like,
oh my God, bro.
And now everything sounds like, hey, man, what's up, man?
Dude, maybe we should do an edible, man. I mean,
hey,
you
man.
know. It's like, let's talk about stuff.
Oh my God.
Jesus
Somebody
Christ.
take these toys away from us. All right. So let me fix that. My pants are riding up my ball sack.
Sack of look, real quick. I was going to talk about a documentary I saw because we were talking about it a couple of minutes ago.
Are we going to do that?
I think I'm going to save it for the second one, man. I think I'm going to save it because we've been talking about TikTok. And I think it's just going to flow a little better.
All right.
And I think I'm going to say, because look, I'll tell you the pro and the con of it is that it makes me angry. And I have a good rant for it. So I think
so you're going to be going on for a good 30 minutes.
I was probably going to go on for another fucking 80 minutes.
I mean, it's the first episode. It's up to you, man. I mean, do you want to do the Woodstock? Okay. Because we're just talking to the people now, baby. It's you, me, and the people. Do we want to do the Woodstock? And who gives a shit? I guess we can clue people in. We wanted to not go too long ever. We wanted to go in between 45 minutes and an hour to a show. We don't have to keep that a secret. That's what we were going to do. So we didn't want to go too long, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of feeling it. But
okay.
I mean, if the first show runs over, it's the first show. I mean, that's, it's your show, dude. It's your show, dude.
Hey, bro, it's your show, man. It's your world.
Dude,
I'm going to change shit up, man.
Hey, listen, once I hit the weed.
I mean, whatever. It's like.
Hey, listen,
nice, man. I mean,
you're a fucking dick. Hey, man.
Dude. Let's just start talking about life and Woodstock, dude.
You're a fucking dick.
Woodstock, man.
Hey, man, I hit the weed. You said Woodstock. Something went off and neutrons fired. Is that what they're called? Yeah.
Like it was the fucking 60s again. You're like, yeah, dude. I'm kind of feeling the vibe now, bro.
God.
What's up?
I mean, dude, they've already fast forwarded through these parts anyway, so it doesn't matter how long.
They don't want to fucking, they're to the part that they're skipping, right?
Dude, for me, we're just getting rolling right now. We had to do all the fucking introduction, probably bored the shit out of everybody. You're right. We probably shouldn't have even told them where we came from. But fuck, I'm rolling now. Now I'm feeling fucking, I say we do Woodstock, some TikToks, and we're out. If we go over an hour, who gives a flying fuck?
All right.
There's no rules.
There is no rule for the first initial show because it's only going to get better. So let me preface this. So this is on HBO Max. The documentary is called Woodstock 99, Peace, Love, and Rage.
Oh, now when did this come out?
This just came out on Friday.
Oh, fuck, I didn't know that.
Yeah, this was a couple of days ago. So at that time in 99, when this was initially out, I was in Phoenix. The radio station I was working at was the epitome of a man radio station. We were just, you want to talk about aggressive, in your face rock radio fucking station.
Yeah. So, and then it was aggressive anyway, because for people that might put them in the right, time frame, this is highlights of like fucking Limp Bizkit and Korn and all this shit when they're starting to really hit, and all that shit was pretty heavy, significantly heavy. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And it matched the attitude of what was going on in most radio, unless you were a pussy from MTV doing fucking TLC and all that pansy bullshit. Right. That was that, right? Like people did that. Modern rock or alternative rock was, let's play Beck. I mean, like, whereas
which I love Beck, by the way. I
don't have a problem with Beck, but I'm saying the aggressiveness, of this, we were busting out fucking, some hard, in your face. It matched. You couldn't be a fucking pussy on the radio and then play break stuff. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't go, so let's have a conversation about life and love.
Feelings.
Get it off on it, okay.
Right.
Yeah. That's not how it was. So to give you a little preface, remember, 9 Inch Nails, one of their best live shows that Trent has said a million times was Woodstock 94.
And you sucked his dick, right?
I gobbled it. It was the only man I'd ever go gay for. Jesus. It was different. And the one thing about this documentary was the guys that put together Woodstock 94 realized a lot of things they fucked up. I'm going to stop and I'm going to show you basically what this is. So, this is, I'm kind of curious to get your overall, opinion of this fucking thing. And, let's just, let's see what you think, my friend, and everybody listening and watching.
In Woodstock, there is a sixth sense that you develop when you spend your life going to venues.
Woodstock, baby.
I can tell you 100 feet away what the energy in that venue is going to be like. It was not your parents' Woodstock. We got off the bus and I was like, something's not right.
It was like 1,000 degrees.
Maybe we should leave. It's so hot here. Water was $4 a bottle, which is a ridiculous cost.
Oh my God.
Porta potties, unusable. You had kids rolling around in what they thought was mud.
In an environment where exploiting women, you could get away with it.
You could feel something bubbling.
In pop culture, there's this dark energy coming from young white males that entertainment is perpetuating.
You have the crowd who are excited, inebriated, and you give them a band to help them release that energy. What do you think is going to happen?
They have the crowd going insane. People are dehydrated, passing out.
There are a lot of stupid humans around here.
We walked off stage and we're like, get out of here. Like, we need to leave right now.
There's no rest, there's no breaks, there's no rhythm, there's no come down. It's going to crash.
The laws of normal society just don't apply here.
Kids were petrified out there.
This wasn't Woodstock 69.
There is an umbilical cord between the dark sexual, cultural underbelly in the country at that time to where we are now.
A lot of that energy just wound up in chat rooms and Reddit boards in 2021.
The question quickly became not how could this have happened, but how could it not?
And there you go, my friend.
Man, that gave me anxiety.
Did it really? Well, you were all fucking stoned thinking it was the 60s again. Yeah, that's not the Woodstock I remember.
I mean, dude, that's
You're like
just
that fucking broad that was on that was, already complaining. So look, here's the problem. So I was very excited to, I love documentaries like this. For me, this particular
I do too.
one. Wow, what the fuck was that?
What?
Oh, you didn't
It's
hear
a
that?
ghost. Yeah, I did. It was a fucking ghost.
Jesus Christ. I don't know what that was, bro.
I thought I was just high.
Dude, I was like, what in the fuck is going on?
It sounded like a ghost leaving a room. It was like,
dude, seriously, we just encountered a fucking paranormal. What the fuck was that, bro?
Hey, did anybody die at that Woodstock show? Maybe they haunted your fucking shit.
How dare you?
Oh my God.
How dare you make fun of Woodstock 99?
The ghost of Woodstock
I lost my
past.
life in my shoes at Woodstock 99. I had no toilet paper.
We were swimming around in shit.
There was feces everywhere.
Dude.
We were just haunted by the ghost of Woodstock.
I don't know if everybody could hear that, but it's a weird fucking noise happened after that video. That's fucking
Holy
great.
shit, dude. I hope that I just made the fucking clip of the show right there, bro.
Oh man.
Oh my god, that's fucking
I'm
hilarious.
still pissed I hit my camera. I'm still thinking about that. That's
Like
how
that
fucking
of everything.
OCD I am.
That fucking YouTube gave you anxiety on top of the fact you fucked up your camera the first episode.
Oh
Jesus.
my god.
I told you
dude.
that's what you get.
Hey, well, I got a question, and it doesn't matter if I ask it now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Were we supposed to play that?
Yeah, why not?
Because it's a preview.
Yeah, it's just
right?
a preview. Fucking it's over. It's not like we actually, we're streaming the goddamn.
Right. I would
fucking
think you'd
thing.
be allowed to show that because it's a preview.
Yeah, and it's all over YouTube on other people's thing, basically getting ready to go off on what I'm getting ready to do.
I just thought to myself, classic us. First fucking episode gets ripped
Canceled.
down because we played. Yeah. Dude.
Oh my god. So I'd like the fact it gave you. Let me ask you this before I go into my tirade.
Yeah.
What gave you anxiety?
It wasn't the way it was put together. It was the footage, man, like the violence. You know what I mean? And it was weird when they said young white and they panned out and everybody was white.
Oh, it was a sea of fucking Fred Durst, Kid Rock lookalikes.
Yeah, and I guess I kind of remember the vibe back then because how I remember it, and I hate giving up our age, but everybody fucking knows we're old. From the early 90s of it going from fucking like glammy, happy party rock to grunge where it was more aware, but they were peaceful aware. You know what I mean? It was kind of like a rebirth of 60s kind of deal. They weren't doing any and then to go into nu metal violence, and then that's when you have this Woodstock, and then that's what comes out of it. It's just weird how that kind of progressed into that.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, the one thing, if you go back through time as far as music goes, music will always go in phases. That's That's just how
and now it's in
is
suck my ass phase.
Yeah,
if you're talking about regular
suck a mi
shit.
leche age.
It's suck a mi leche, cabrón.
That's the current phase it's in. There's not a whole lot of great stuff. Later on we will. But let me tell you the problem I had with this particular thing, because it's a love-hate for the documentary. The love was that it was really put together in a phenomenal way. It really pieced out exactly how the overall progression of those days at Woodstock 99 erupted into everything that it did.
Right.
The problem I had with it was the organizers in this documentary really would say the following phrase. If it wasn't for fucking Fred Durst just inciting a riot, but, I mean, I don't want to blame a musician, though. Hey, but if it wasn't for Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili, but I don't want to blame an artist. Hey, if it wasn't for Rage Against the Machine, but I don't want to blame an artist. Look,
right,
motherfucker, you just blamed the goddamn artist. You just showed clips of what happens when they go. And look, man, they showed clips of the guy going, holy shit, look, going to Fred Durst saying, they were taking pieces of cardboard, ripping them out of stands, and crowd surfing with it. Well, instead of Fred Durst saying, hey, everybody, we're not doing it for the nookie. We got to calm down, please. No, that motherfucker said, you know what? This is fucking awesome. I'm going to jump on this fucking thing and make history, which he did.
Yeah.
Now, for the Anthony Kiedis thing, this was at the tail end. It was the last night. And people were lighting bonfires.
I remember.
And the organizer went out and said, hey, we need you to please tell him. So instead, the Red Hot Chili Peppers did Jimi Hendrix Fire. One in line into my fire. And just basically told him, go fuck yourself. There's nothing you're going to be able to do. Anything that comes out of my mouth is only going to incite even more chaos. Look, the problem is that the organizers do not want to take personal accountability for the fact that you were the geniuses to put Jewel on the same stage as Limp Bizkit and have those motherfuckers not try to rip chicks' tops off. I'm not condoning that. It's fucked up
not in
at
any way.
all. It's
Yeah.
fucked. But what do you think is going to happen in a crowd of individuals that were wearing backwards hats, that they loved it? Fucking Korn came on. They were tearing up the shit.
Well, here's what they thought. They thought this because they didn't put any thought into it's not 69, the first one. It's not 1969 anymore. It's 99. People are totally different. Back then, they back then they put different musics together.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And it meshed fine. I think you're right about that, but I also have to disagree with you on, I think that you could end up being a hero in the end if you just mention, hey man, this is for fucking the music. This is for the good time. Stop fucking being morons out there. Now, I do see your point. No matter what you say in that situation is going to, they're just not, if you have that element, they're just not all of a sudden from one person saying, okay, now let's stop that. They're going to go, fuck you too, and probably start more shit. So I think you're just fucked from the beginning. Now, here's my question. So knowing that and knowing the time you're in, 99, angry white males, which seeing that, I don't know if it's the way they put it together. That's all I saw in that.
Of course,
like,
absolutely. And it was.
You know what I mean? Now, is it because of the time period,
yes,
or was it the way it was done? As far as mixing the music, should you have known better? Obviously, they weren't prepared. That goes without saying. But so, what's your answer?
Look, number one, during the documentary, the organizer specifically stated that they lost money in '94 because people were breaking down fences and getting in for free. This time around, they did it at an air base where everything was restricted and they could make the big money grab for corporate. By that same rationale, they found every artist that were charting and said, fuck it, we're going to bring everybody that's fucking huge. It is what it is. Fucking Jamiroquai, Metallica.
But didn't they do that in 69? They got everybody kind of charting.
Now, as far as to your point, is that in 99, me working in rock radio and seeing the overall progression of the male 18
and aggression
to 34 and aggression.
Yes.
Everybody was like that. I don't give a fuck who you are or where you were living. Any show you went to, motherfuckers were going fucking nuts. They had rage.
I have an example.
Ready to do it.
When my brother and I, around that time, we used to go out. There was a bunch of clubs, where we were from. And there was a club and it would play, mixes of music. It was a dance, you could dance, whatever. Back, then they had a lot of electronic music, whatever, a lot of hits, everything was mixed. Well, Nookie came out. They started playing that. The dance floor would turn into a fucking mosh pit. And this is at a fucking club, midnight, whatever, 1 a.m., whatever. They might all be booty dance, chicken with girls. The minute that, and then it turns into a fucking mosh pit. So that's just in that club. So knowing that, do you even have that festival? Or do you say, hey, man, this is not festival fucking material. Let's
Absolutely. No, I agree with you. I think the problem was when you go for the money grab and you want to reach
and that's what it was,
people
right?
Of all genres. It was a fucking money grab.
Okay.
They admitted that they wanted to get corporate sponsors. They admitted that they weren't going to lose money on a $300 ticket and that they were charging $4 or $5 for bottled water and had no plumbing for their shitters. I mean, they went out of their way to, instead of taking personal accountability, but literally in the documentary, telling media to shut the fuck up and stop being a part of the problem and be a part of the solution when they were the fucking problem the whole time. MTV pushed out and fucking bolted because people, the fucking Fred Durst crowd, all those were like, dude, we don't watch your fucking TLC bullshit. We don't do any of that. We're here for Metallica, for Megadeth, for Limp Bizkit, for Korn, for Rage.
So now I know most, festivals these days are, I don't even know how to say it. It's not alternative. I guess it's indie, alternative, kind of whatever. But they do throw together, these rock shows, with a shit ton of rock. So why now doesn't this happen? Is it just not on that scale? Well, see,
I agree with it that it's not on that scale, right? Like there was almost 1 million fucking people out there.
Yeah,
Most
right.
of the, I went to Voodoo Music Festival. Voodoo was, I want to say, almost 200,000. ACL
that's
is
still a
close to
shit ton of people.
200,000. That's a shit ton of people, right?
Yeah.
But the deal with those is that you've got two stages almost 2 miles away from each other. Now, let me preface this by saying the Woodstock thing was about the same. The difference in all of the festivals I have gone to of that nature is that they separate the aggressive bands on one night.
Yeah.
To hip hop and dance.
Yeah.
So from that aspect, the crowd, is going to be aggressive on the Friday night show. The fucking Guns N' Roses, the aggressive band. But then let me tell you, the very next day, you could have Kanye or you could have somebody else that's doing a whole bunch of other shit. And suddenly you're starting to separate the different age groups, the different, everything that goes with building a festival. Yeah. Now, I will tell you, the aggressive bands, there are rock festivals out there, Slipknot, Knot Fest. It's 3 days of hardcore fucking, that's what it is, right? Yeah. So you expect that, but they're prepared for it. It is what it is. You're not going to go and just start holding hands and singing fucking Kumbaya. You're about to rip someone's fucking head off.
I think it's also the buildup of that and through corporate shit, the explosion through that music. It was just a bomb. You know what I mean? It was just built up like a bomb kind of deal. Just the wrong mixture and it fucking exploding. Now, what if they, say, for instance, did something like that today? Do you think you'd have a similar problem? I don't.
No,
and what's crazy is we're fucking super violent now, but I think
even more violent, bro.
But I don't think you would have that for some reason.
No,
I could be wrong.
Fuck, T. That's really tough to say because
they did plan it. When was that the last one that got canceled? You remember they were going to fucking try this again?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh fuck. I don't remember what.
And man, I read some details on it, and I don't want to give any false info right now, but something fell through with it wasn't located. I don't know what it was, like sponsors. Nobody wanted to sponsor or some fucking shit like that. But they were going to fucking do this again. And I can't, I don't know the year anniversary. So let's see, 99, it would have been 2019.
Yeah, 2019, right?
Yep. I think so. And I remember reading some articles on it going, oh, this would be fucking wild. I can't believe they're going to try this again.
Yeah, so what they were going to call it was Woodstock 50.
Yeah.
And it was going to be in Post Pavilion in Columbia, Maryland. I've actually been to that place. And let me tell you, that would have been a fucking shit show. There's no fucking way. And it got canceled because everybody remembered 99. And there was there was no possible way that anybody was going to do that shit. Yeah. No one wanted to do it. Everybody said no. They weren't going to make any money out of it. Yeah. And that's it. It was canceled. And that's just how.
So basically the fucking lesson from this is it's all about the greed once again. They threw it together to make money at the expense of swimming around in shit, girls getting fucking raped, fucking people getting the shit beat out of them, fires, whatever. But hey, guess what? I bet you at the end they fucking were. It's a success behind closed doors. I'm sure they were saying
let me tell you something. For anybody, I want you to watch this fucking documentary because these fucking assholes would say, hey, at the end of it, I think we did okay.
Wow.
And it's like, what
all things considered.
All things considered, things could have been a lot worse.
Oh my God, bro.
Get the fuck out. I mean,
that's just fucked up.
It was a shit. Look, when you have someone die from being trampled on, because one of the guys they interviewed it would have been like you and me going out there and I get fucking trampled and you're on your own trying to find your friend. And then you find out from EMTs, oh, your friend died.
In a fucking a pool of shit.
In a pile of shit. That's how your life ended. That's how the chapter.
How many people died there?
They only said one, right? I mean, that's what they said in the documentary. They said one. But there was a shit ton of injuries and broken bones and rape allegations.
Which, thank God, there was only one, because that's pretty fucking surprising.
It's very surprising. And that, that poor guy, man, he was there for Metallica, and he kept telling his friend, I want to get as close as possible. That was by the second night after Limp Bizkit already tore that motherfucker up. Kid Rock.
Oh, see, I thought it ended. I thought Limp Bizkit was like, so they still had more after?
Dude, yeah. Red Hot Chili Peppers wrapped that up, and that's where the fires and the fucking, a lot of people left after that second day.
Yeah.
And the last day was the extreme shit show because it was the people that were there to just fuck shit up.
Yeah, of course. Like, we're staying this motherfucker. What's going to happen tonight, baby?
I've lasted this long. Let's see what we can do. And let me tell you, they tore that whole goddamn place up. And it was what it was. And it was the time, man. It was, look, you can't blame. Look, I dislike when people blame artists. I dislike when people blame genres.
So you don't
dislike all of that. I don't blame. Look, it's
so
if
as
Marilyn
an artist,
Manson was there, they would have done the same fucking thing.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on what we did because we discussed. It wouldn't matter what they said, but do you think as an artist there's a responsibility, or do you think because you're an artist, it's art? I'm doing what I'm doing, and then I'm not responsible for the fucking.
You paid me to play and do what I do that's made me popular. If you didn't want me there, then you shouldn't have paid me.
Don't put perimeters around me or expect me to be some kind of fucking. I can dig that.
Yeah.
Some kind of what do they call it? Some kind of fucking leader or fucking god damn it. Anyway.
Yeah. I know people are
some kind of one. Speaking of high, dude, I'm ready to fucking laugh. We got fucking serious. But you know what? That's gonna happen sometimes. So moral of the fucking story, there is none, but corporate America sucks. It's always about money. Is pretty much it. Stop fucking with art. Let them do what they got to do.
And take some accountability, goddamn it. Stop blaming the music. Stop blaming the artists. It's fucked up. It's wrong. Stop with the
no more Woodstocks.
No more. Just stop. There's plenty of other fucking festivals out there you can do that are being done properly.
There's ones that are being done properly, and there's way too many too.
Way too many, bro. I mean, you and I want to do Bonnaroo, but fuck, there's like a handful of other ones I want to do.
Yeah, there's plenty now, dude.
All right, are you ready? Here we go.
Oh God, I'm strapping in, baby. TikTok time.
TikTok time. Here we go.
Step of Germany, his first attempt in the javelin.
It's a bunch of midgets running, and they're high.
Why are those so good?
They jump those things, and it goes in this dude's afro. They're like little toothpicks, just slowly.
Yeah. Most people are listening. I'm sorry. There's a small person. You don't say the M word anymore. Midget. You don't say.
I apologize.
And you should. Small people. It's the little people Olympics, and they're throwing javelins. It cuts to and then it cuts to a black guy, and his hair has fucking toothpicks in it, as if those were the javelins.
Oh, whoever does that, and there is a fucking series of that on TikTok.
Listen, there's like a new class of funny people with the way they put these fucking things together, and being around like radio and used to editing phone calls and making shit funny. Though this is a genius in its own right. They should have TikTok awards. I don't know if they do yet, but they should fucking have them because some of these fucking things are hilarious, man.
The editing process. And look, I'm not even talking about these so-called TikTok influencers. I'm talking about there are some individuals that are just putting some shit together.
Yeah,
like
just the clowns, man. Yeah,
that is just
yes, dude.
Hilarious. All right.
Yes.
This one, not just for visuals, even though if you're watching, it's still pretty funny, but I did this because I like the audio because it makes.
All right, boys, this is a quick translation key for when a girl's telling you a story. When she says, "This guy I know," she means, "This guy I fucked." When she says, "My friend," she means, "This guy I fucked." When she says, "Oh my God, this one guy," she means, "Oh my God, this one guy I fucked."
I mean, come on, bro. That's
dude. Now every time if I'm with a chick, dude, and she says that, I'm gonna go out. She fucked him.
She fucked him. Look, dude. Please,
now are you gonna interrupt though and go? You mean the guy you fucked? You can't be one of those dudes.
Why not?
I do. I'm like, as long as you're fucking me, that's fine.
Hey, there you go, bravo. At the end of the day, if you're the one fucking doing that, then that's.
I mean, in the end of the day,
it's all about laughing at everybody else and humanity and the craziness that is life. And that's the one thing I think with the TikToks, that it laughs at everybody. Some stuff is maybe a little crude. Some stuff is a little, the whole cancel culture, right?
Right.
But at the end of it, look, the one thing, I mean, you got to be able to laugh at it, and people can't take a joke. And the one thing with the podcast is that it's all about being able to take a fucking joke. And that's what we are all about here at Us Against Humanity.
Yes, we are a joke.
We're a big fucking joke. We're going to attempt TikTok. I don't think we're going to be a part of any fucking awards, right? Like, that's just not something.
No, but I think I'm going to try to do some stupid shit on there.
Well, you say you are, right? You say you're going to do it, but what exactly are you going to wind up doing?
I mean, dude.
I am, all right.
I mean, we're going to fucking jam, though. This is.
I mean,
no, I mean, I think I may do it.
If you think you can do it, I want you to do it.
I mean, there's a bunch of shit we're gonna do. Like I said, the show will progress. We'll get this ending right too. And,
yeah, we'll get this right. I don't know why I put the fucking thing in my feet for whatever reason. I was trying to do it with my big toe. I was trying to
all this equipment, and you're turning something on with your toe.
I've got this fucking studio that's like chilling, and dude, you ought to see my fucking. I'm just trying to hit play with my fucking toe.
You got fucking foot pedals down there, fucking like a guitar player, fucking all kinds of shit.
Dude, if people see that, I should put the camera on, trying to fucking hit it with my goddamn toe.
Fucking toe
I thought
cam.
I was trying to be.
Your toe cam, turn it up.
There's some sick fucks that would have been cool with that, but oh man, I think it was a good debut show. Look, usagainsthumanity.com is a website. All our social media shit is on there. The YouTube, fucking Anchor, all that good shit, it's on there. So
yeah, everything, man. And man, you know, if you dig it, share it, like it, subscribe. Lots of cool shit to come, man. Us Against Humanity. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.